may be the greatest catch I've ever seen in my life.
All right, guys, we saw so many injuries to the running back position in week 9. What that is really going to allow us to do is that's going to allow us to find a ton of great options from the waiver wire on week 10. So looking across the entire league, I'm going to be able to go out there and give y'all 5 guys that I think we need to be prioritizing off the waiver. And how we are going to be doing this is we are going to go from the least available, aka the most owned players in fantasy football leagues, to the least available. That way we could really cover the shallow leagues, the deep leagues, and everything in between. But guys, before we get into the video, please, I want to remind y'all, we are about to hit our 20,000 subscriber goal. When we do hit that 20,000 subscriber mark, we are going to be unreleasing our NFL Combine video. I'm extremely excited for y'all to see it. Hopefully we can get there by Sunday. If not, I mean, we could always go in week 11. And guys, if y'all are already subscribed to the channel, which I'm assuming the majority of y'all are, I just want to remind y'all how important it is for y'all to go down there and drop a like on the video, because we upload 3 to 4 videos every single day. We live stream every single night. And when we have that type of just upload frequency on YouTube, what that ends up leading is that really leads to the YouTube algorithm only recommending our videos to our current subscribers. We rarely ever get recommended to new listeners. The only way that happens is if we have an insane amount of likes to view ratio. So please guys, make sure you are going down there and dropping a like. Now let's get into the video and let's talk about our first running back, which is going to be Jordan Wilkins. So y'all know Jordan Wilkins actually made our waiver wire running back video last week, but I think that we need to come out here. We need to talk about him yet again going into week 10, just looking at him being a running back, getting the majority of the team's touches in week 9. Yes, I know Jonathan Taylor actually came away with the touchdown. So Jonathan Taylor came away with the majority of production in this backfield. But what we know is a lot more indicative of future fantasy football success is actually going to be the touches that we are seeing from the running backs. And yes, Jordan Wilkins was not able to accomplish a ton off of his usage in week 9, but at the same time, we are looking at this running back as having a very, very tough matchup in week 9. So we can easily excuse the inefficiency that he saw with his touches. We can also excuse the fact that Jonathan Taylor got the touchdown, because with Jordan Wilkins, he is also a bigger bodied running back. So I don't think this is something that we're going to see every single week. So with Jordan Wilkins, he remains in the same boat that we have them in as a premium handcuff running back, where if anything happens to Jonathan Taylor, we are actually going to end up seeing Jordan Wilkins project to probably being a high-end running back too. But even with his current workload, I think that we can confidently say that you could go and you could plug in Jordan Wilkins as a high-end running back 3 if you desperately need a play with a running back injury, with really a lack of depth on your roster. I think Jordan Wilkins is going to make a ton of sense. And currently he's available in about 74% of fantasy leagues. So 3 out of every 4 leagues, you are going to be able to find Jordan Wilkins on the wire. Let's go out there and let's try to prioritize him. Okay, now our next running back. The reason I told y'all not to start Antonio Gibson this week, but J.D. McKissic. So yes, guys, I know, that J.D. McKissic is a decent pass catcher out of the backfield, but we had no idea that we were going to see him see 14 targets in week 9. Absolutely insane. That's definitely near the top of the NFL in terms of targets in a week for the running back position in 2020. And I think, yes, it's something that we're going to expect to regress going into week 10. Yes, we are going to end up seeing Antonio Gibson have more overall upside in the offense, because Antonio Gibson is the bigger running back who may be able to eventually get not only the carries, but also the targets if we see an injury or a just change in formation for the Washington football team. So right now, we would definitely prefer having Antonio Gibson on our roster, but when it is so hard to come by running back depth, we cannot ignore the type of usage that J.D. McKissic is seeing. J.D. McKissic is someone that I think you could put into your running back 2 spot if you are suffering with bye weeks, if you are suffering with injuries. Just overall, we know at this time of the season, it is something you cannot overlook, getting that type of production from a waiver wire running back. So please, guys, go out there, see if JD McKissic is actually available in your league. Currently, he's available in about 76% of Yahoo Fantasy Football leagues. So go out there and see if he's on your wire. Okay, now our next running back, someone that definitely is a lot more exciting than our first two options, Duke Johnson. So Duke Johnson is actually available in 85% of fantasy football leagues. This is something that really surprised me, as I have Duke Johnson on a ton of rosters. Yes, I play in deeper leagues, but regardless, Duke Johnson is a running back that is now going to be stepping up into a feature down role for the Houston Texans. David Johnson went out with a concussion in week 9. And with Duke Johnson, if we look at his overall running back profile, he is athletic. He has the size. At the same time, he also has the passing game ability out of the backfield. So I think projecting him into week 10, we are actually going to project him to not necessarily be a traditional bell cow type running back, but someone that's going to be playing on all 3 downs, someone that is going to be seeing a ton of usage in his offense. That's something we cannot ignore, especially if we look at the efficiency levels from Duke Johnson throughout his entire NFL career. If y'all remember this running back, a ton of people wanted him to be the starter way back in Cleveland whenever he was splitting the backfield with Isaiah Crowell. We consistently saw Duke Johnson be at the very top of the league in terms of making defenders miss when he had the ball in his hands. So he has the talent, he has the athleticism, he has the size, he has the receiving game ability. Guys, Duke Johnson is really lining up to be a potential week winner for you in week 10. Obviously, we are going to have to monitor David Johnson's situation going into the week, but as of now, I think you would be absolutely crazy not to go out there and get Duke Johnson on your roster. Okay, so now our next running back, Kalen Ballage. Now, guys, I was not watching this game, but I'm not going to lie. Whenever I went out there and I checked the box score halfway through, I was like, Kalen Ballage is on the Los Angeles Chargers? I was like, what is going on here? I mean, Ballage going from the Miami Dolphins to the New York Jets, now on the Los Angeles Chargers, is finally looking like he may actually be on a decent offense and getting opportunity. Now, this sucks. I told a ton of y'all to start Justin Jackson in week 9. Obviously, we can't predict injuries. No fault there. But still, at the same time, we were relying on Justin Jackson in our starting lineups. He goes out with an injury, and instead of seeing Joshua Kelly step into a 3-down feature back role, we actually see Kalen Ballage come in. I have no idea how long he's even been with the Los Angeles Chargers, and he gets that usage in this team's offense. Now, with Kalen Ballage, I mean, this is another running back similar to Duke Johnson that has the size, that also is known to have the receiving game ability out of the backfield. And if we are going to see an extended period of time missed by Justin Jackson, I'm currently recording this on Sunday, so the timetable is not out yet on Jackson. But please monitor that situation going into your pickup of Kalen Ballage, because right now, him being available in 99% of Yahoo Fantasy leagues, I promise you that is going to drastically change with anyone who's paying attention going out there and picking him up. Okay, so now our last running back, Ryan Nall. Now, this is a running back that is also available in 99% of Yahoo Fantasy leagues. And I'll say one thing here, guys. I know a lot of people are going to be advising you to go get Ryan Nall with the injury that we saw to David Montgomery. I am going to be a little bit reluctant, understanding that I think we could see an expanded role for Cordell Patterson in this backfield. On top of that, Ryan Nall is playing on a very bad offense. On top of that, Ryan Nall is a very bad running back, so he is going to be stepping into opportunity, though. So if you are desperate, if you play in an extremely deep league, I mean, right now, Yahoo Fantasy Leagues said that Ryan Nall was rostered in 100% of leagues. Obviously, that cannot be true, so I'm calling it 99, but he should be most likely available in your league. And if you're playing in a deep league where maybe you need to go out there and start multiple flex spots, you are going to be suffering tough bye weeks in week 10. Maybe you have injuries all throughout your roster. In that one specific scenario, I think we could go and look to add on Ryan Nall, just knowing that he is stepping into that opportunity. But I would honestly rather prefer the other running backs on this list, just as the entire situation in Chicago is not too appealing. Now, thank you guys. I really hope y'all enjoyed this video. I really hope y'all got something from it. As always, if y'all did, please make sure you go down there, drop a like, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel, and I will be live streaming every single night this week at 9 p.m. Central, except on Thursday night where we'll be live streaming after the game. I really hope I'm going to see y'all there.
That may be the greatest catch I've ever seen in my life.